Hello, welcome back to another week of Ami figure pre-orders. It's the 31st of March to the 5th of April 2025. There's some figures that have actually been relisted for pre-order that are coming out later this year. So there'll be a reason, I think there's a reason for that. We'll get to that when we get to them later on. We'll get straight on into the figure pre-orders, and yeah, comment, like, subscribe if you're liking the weekly series I'm doing here, and links to these figures will be in the description down below like normal. So Saburo original illustration, Black Bikini San 1/6 by Daiki Kogyo, 19,950 yen, November 2025. Okay, body sculpt work on this is impeccable. I would say that's the main reason you want to buy this sort of figure, is the sculpt work is very nice. The toning and everything is very nicely done. Hair is pretty basic. And the paint job on the skin's very nice, but the paint job elsewhere is okay shaded. Like you see, like the angle here is pretty, it's fine overall. And this is a cast off figure, so you can remove the bikini top. But yeah, you'll be purchasing this one because the body sculpt work around the torso is like very well defined. And the price, 20,000 yen for 1/6, actually not too bad, especially for a cast off figure. Tulaveru, Darkness Nurse Series, Tearju Lunatic, by Uni Creators, 21,120 yen, October 2025. So you had the other Tulaveru Doctor Nurse that we covered a few months ago. That was up for pre-order, which I have pre-ordered. So this one I'm very tempted to pre-order to add to my collection, as I'm starting to do Tulaveru. I'm avoiding the court scales at the moment, since there's just too many core scales to get into. But yeah, I don't mind these sorts of figures. Doesn't mention the scale. Unfortunately, I would presume at 19 centimeters in height, it's probably 1/7. That's what Union Creative generally stick to when they don't mention the scale. So yeah, looking pretty good overall. Very tempted to get this one. I like the outfit. The pose is very nice, and the hair shading and sculpt work is very nice on here as well. I really do like the whole outfit. She looks very cute and adorable, and just, sexy enough. Saburagachi and Ochama Maid Nozomi 1/6 by Animatester, 8,620 yen, January 2026. So another 1/6 scale from Animatester. So again, they're doing very nicely with these OC designed, very budget figures, which I think we're going to be seeing a lot more people going for this in the future, as tariffs over America. So I'm in the UK, so it doesn't affect me, but anyone over in America, that's going to be one of the main reasons people will be looking at these much cheaper figures. So yeah, these Chinese manufacturers are going to be a godsend for them, even though their price will go up by 24%, I think is what I've seen on the tariffs for the Americans. So 24% increase, still $58, so that'll go up to about $70-ish, which is still pretty cheap really for 1/6 than what you're getting anyways. So some people will probably be right with that. And then we've got Agaru illustration by Sencha 1/6. Manufacturer is Iusun. Never heard of this manufacturer before. 7,920 yen. Very good price, 1/6. January 2026. They're probably another Chinese manufacturer. That's been spun up somewhere. Very cute. Multiple faceplates. So it looks like 3 faceplates: pout face, smile, and open mouth. So yeah. Oh, worried face 1. How many faceplates? There we go. Nope. Embarrassing face part. Okay. Teared-eyed part. I don't know. But yeah, she looks pretty cute. Very nice looking figure overall, especially for the price. Not something I would get. I'm not interested in these sorts of very cutesy figures. I don't generally go for cute figures, but yeah, very cute figure overall, and I think very good for the price. Riko-chan by Pink Mango, 18,600 yen, March 2026. So another swimsuit figure, looking very cute overall. Pretty, yeah, not too bad. I like the obviously accessories, the armrest. Obviously the pose is very alluring and very sexy. That's fine. Hair sculpting is pretty good as well, and not too bad paint job. Overall, not too bad. 18,000 yen, 1/6 scale. Yeah, she's okay. I'll say overall. There is a slightly more expensive version which comes with wool scroll. I think a full size one, life size one. So a very big wool scroll, and that's 21,000 yen. Potentially go for that if you want. I'm not going to do the duplicates like I've done before, where I list all of them. I just thought it saves on tabs and whatnot. Oh, I have, sorry. This one I have. The other ones I haven't. There are some other ones where they got features. They're 21,730 yen. Comes with a life-size wall scroll and a mini shikishi as well. So a couple, few thousand more yen more for life-size wall scroll. Personally, it depends on you. I'm not a big fan of just getting wall scrolls really. Don't have a lot of wall space here. Prefer to fill them with figures. This one is really weird. The Japanese style 15th Memorial Costume Complete Figure by Union Creative, 28,800 yen, standing at 26 centimeters in height, so very high, but it's the overall aesthetic on here is very like Cyberpunk, the infamous trailer that they had with the cybernetic, very extremely cybernetically enhanced woman who's getting shot for bullets. This kind of reminds me of this, with her, lower jaw being removed and having cybernetics coming out, and her body, lower half of her body and the arms obviously being replaced with these giant, appendages. Yeah, I like the overall design. It's very out there, very weird and pronounced. Hair sculpt looks really good. Paint job looks really good. The shading on the sleeves is very nicely done as well. So a very good looking figure actually overall. Look again, see you got all the bionics coming out of the face. Is very just weird overall, but the body sculpt is pretty good. Paint job looks pretty nice as well. 28,000 yen, I'd say definitely is attention grabbing. And there is also, which I didn't realise, this one, Kaline CA 15th. So it's basically the same in terms of appendages everywhere. It's just the hair's different and a slightly different design as well. I think nope, same sculpt for the hair, but the the colouring is different, and the actual outfit that's on the torso is different. As you can see, it's a open top chest area, so more of a jacket than a shirt. So yeah, open shirt. Yeah, it looks very nice. I probably prefer the colourway of this one over the other one, where it's very dark and whatnot with this one, whereas at least with this one, you don't get the sleeves though on the arms, so this one's a lot more bright and vibrant. So that, take your pick really. Both of them are pretty much the same, come out at the same time. So yeah, they look very interesting. Probably not something I would get. I'd rather put my money on figures that I like, or that are from animes that I enjoy. But yeah, this isn't too bad. Pretty good overall. Cowboy Bebop Faye Valentine money version quarter scale by freeing 38,500 yen. This one, I've looked at some responses to this on Reddit, and people are just like boring, simple. They could have done so much more with the original art from the anime, from the source that she's from. Cowboy Bebop is obviously a beloved anime that everybody loves, and they would love to have an actual Faye Valentine, even a quarter scale in like an actual bunny suit that's in her colorway, with her wearing the yellow jumpsuit. That's what they should have done really, but they've just gone for a boring black bunny suit holding some cards. So this didn't go down very well, and I can definitely see why. I don't think this will really shift very much, personally, overall, unfortunately. So I think this will bin in the aftermarket after release. So I'll bookmark this if you want to get hold of this sort of figure. I'll be bookmarking it and waiting for her to get discounted. She'll probably get discounted pretty heavily as well. If she gets to like 20,000 yen or under the £135 threshold for us in the UK, then I probably wouldn't have her. Because I do like Faye Valentine, I do like Cowboy Bebop, but not paying that sort of price. Goddess of Victory Nikki Alice by Flair, 21,980 yen, November 2025. I'm pretty sure we covered this before. So this is a relaunch of her, I would say, or reorder of the pre-orders. to get into it, I would say it's probably because of tariffs. I would reckon, considering the US is obviously such a big market, consumer market, and there's a lot of figure collectors are based in the US. They are probably, unfortunately, doing a lot of cancels of their pre-orders. So this is one of the figures that have been relisted in Miami as they're trying to get other markets, in Europe, rest of Asia, to buy and sell through the inventory. Unfortunately, since this tariff war that's going on. So and you can see how popular she is with this down here, 1,757 hearts. There's people who are basically showed their interest in it. They might not have bookmarked this figure under the profile, but they have shown that they do like this figure. So that's obviously 1,700. Like, this is a good way to gauge the interest in figures. How hyped they are, how many people are potentially going to be getting them. But considering she's come up for pre-order again, or been relisted by Miami, unfortunately, I think it's going to be mainly the tariffs, and I think we're going to see this over the next few months happening more and more. So hopefully I'll probably just ignore most of them, but any specific examples I will mention in future videos. Okay, next, Akane Illustrated by Sky 1/6, manufacturer Umikawa, 13,860 yen, May 2026. This one looks like a figure that should be cast off, but it isn't. A very well endowed, simple girl figure in pajamas, basically with a smartphone, or either with or without a smartphone. That's it. Pretty simple figure. You'll be buying this if you just like massive opie, which I do, but not. I prefer to be cast off if I can. If I'm buying a figure with massive opie, I want to be able to see the opie occasionally, sometimes in my collection, and not just stare at a big rack. The Hungry Lamb, travelling in the late Ming Dynasty. I'm not going to say the rest of the name. Manufacturer Elixtreme, 8,080 yen, March 2026. So this one is a very nice, cute looking figure. Sculpt work is very good for the price. Especially the detailing with the actual jacket, the sleeve creases going on here. Very nice looking figure, and the fact that she comes with this bench seat stool that she's sitting on is very good as well. It's a nice bonus, especially for the price, 8,000 yen. So definitely, I think, worth keeping an eye out for, especially if you like these. If you're more into budget collecting, and she is a 1/7. Then we got Gift Plus, Azure Lane Janice, Fear of Changing, 1/8 scale by Mythos for 5,940 yen, November 2025. So this is a continuance of Mythos doing this Gift Plus series of scaled down figures, but prize quality, or better than prize quality, pricing, a sort of slightly above prize quality, but much better quality of figure compared to prize figures. So the hair sculpting paint job is really nicely done. The fact you get obviously this mirror as an accessory on this base, everything looks really good, especially for the price. Yeah, very nice looking figure, especially for Azure Lane. Potentially worth getting a hold of if you really like this. And the Gift Plus line by Mythos is probably worth keeping an eye out for. And she's got a good amount of interest for 280 impressions. Blue Archive Toki 1/7 by Alter, 27,280 yen. This one we've covered before as well, a few months ago. So January 2026. So yeah, this one you've got a couple of different skirt options. She can have her with a full skirt or not full skirt, and a couple of hand options as well. So yeah, again, looking very nice. You can have her in a more combat attire, and she doesn't have the sleeves as well. So very good, I think, for the price, and it's Alter quality, so I've got no problems there. And then you've got the 36,000 yen one, which comes with her, where she can actually have her. She's in some sort of suit. Doesn't mention whether it's two bodies. I would like it to be two separate bodies, so then you can display both of them at the same time. But I don't think it is. I think it's just you just remove obviously the maid outfit, and then she's got this swimsuit outfit or tactical skin tight outfit underneath, and then you have the headgear on as well. So probably head swap as well, potentially, if you're going for full on tactical gear. So, oh no, she's still got the maid floral bit, so it'll be the same head. Obviously, with all the bits that are going to be swapping out, you have to be careful of paint transfer. So that's the only thing you have to be worried about with, especially with the amount of accessories that are on this one. A lot of the arm options, removable clothing that you have with this one. That's why I'd like it to be 2 bodies really. So then you got less of that happening. But oh well, single shipment as well with this. So I think I think I mentioned that before. Prisma Wing. Yokutsu Jitsuru. I'm not gonna even attempt to pronounce the rest of that. 1/7 scale by Prime 1 Studio, 27,620 yen. A bit more reasonably priced this time. Prisma Wing, May 2026. Body sculpt really good. Like the paintwork. Love the outfit. Yeah, hair is like very nicely done. Overall, much better option, and different hand options, different faceplate. Yes, so you get multiple faceplates as well. This is much better from Prime 1 Studio personally. A lot of the other stuff have been overpriced for what they are. You know, they've been like 40,000-50,000 yen. So I'm glad that we're seeing a bit more common sense from Prime 1 Studio. So a bit more promising, hopefully, from future releases. She looks very cute, very nice looking figure overall. Bunny Rapid Action Squad. Guardian Arena 1/12 articulated figure by Sushing, 7,690 yen. November 2025. So bunny figure, I had to mention it. Obviously, I'm massive. I like bunny figures. Very poseable. Like this a lot. You get a lot of accessories with this one as well. You can have her obviously axe, different riot shield, stuff like that. I love the riot shield with the this like bunny SWAT insignia going on there. Very nice looking figure. A lot of accessories. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, you get a lot of options with this one. A very good looking figure, I think, overall. Yeah, potentially worth getting a hold of. I don't tend to really go for posable figures, but this one I'm very tempted to. Finally doing something impressive. Goddess of Victory Nikkei Bay Quarter Scale, 44,000 yen, September 2025. This one looks like a 44,000 yen quarter scale from Freeing. Unlike the bloody bog standard bunny suits that we get, just different colorways, different you know, bog standard poses. This one, the body sculpt work is immaculate, especially in the stomach area. The cheerleading outfit obviously is very nicely painted, so there's a lot more effort going there. The hair sculpt is much better than what from past Freeing figures. So if the actual final version is as close to this as it looks in these promo as the prototype, should definitely be worth getting a hold of. I'm very tempted to probably bookmark this and then wait till September until she's released, and then see how people get her in their collection on MFC. I'm very tempted to get this one, even though I don't play the game. I do love this. Just overall aesthetic, cheerleading, quarter scale. It's just right up my alley. She's super sexy. Body sculpting is amazing. This is what Freeing should do when they're pricing their figures at 44,000 yen. And that with this effort, I don't think it should bin like all the other Freeing figures have been binning, apart from like the cast off ones. And obviously, if this one is cast offable, that'd be a nice touch as well. And looks like we're going to get another one as well in the future, another character. So, and not her being tanned is just another bonus, you know. So yeah, very cute, very lovely, sexy looking figure. Cheerleading outfit, quarter scale, right up my alley. Horror Bishoujo Vampirella, 1/7 by Kotobukiya, 20,990 yen. I love these horror series, Horror Bishoujo figures from Kotobukiya. November 2025, very nice. Paint job looks really good. Love the base. Love the overall sexy figure. She looks extremely sexy. Very nice looking figure. Definitely worth getting this one, I think, if you really do like getting these horror themed figures. Bishoujo conversions. Lime Pie series Genshin Impact. Okay. Mizuki Embrace of Enchanting Dreams version 1/8 by Apex, 7,360 yen. Not seen a Genshin Impact figure for a while. She looks very cute, very adorable. Paint job looks pretty good. Sculpt work looks fine, but for the price, what do you expect? February 2026. I think very good overall, and it's probably a safer bet. We might be seeing a lot more of this, more budget figures coming from manufacturers to try and still sell through different concepts, unfortunately, with the tariffs going on. Here we go. So Chizuru, maid bikini cleanup figure by Hakoi Musume, 24,590 yen, August 2025. And the body sculpt in this one looks pretty much identical to the with Christmas themed one of her, where she's coming out of some Christmas presents, and she's got a Santa's hat on, and she's in like a Santa's bikini, Christmas themed bikini. So this one, very nice, 25,000 yen, I think, with the sort of corner bathroom bonus scenery going on. Very much worth it. I like this a lot. I think worth getting a hold of. It's just on Reddit, it seems like it's the body sculpt's copy, so they're just redoing reusing that mold. Unfortunately, the hair's slightly different in terms of the molding, but the body itself is identical. But yeah, so they might have just taken the same 3D model and then slapped it in here and then touched it up, obviously, as with it being in a different scene. So I don't mind that. She looks very sexy, and I like the overall figure as well. It looks really good. If I was more of a rent-a-girlfriend collector, I probably would get this. Here we go. Vertex Elf Village 14th, Mama Tiana, a tennis shop limited edition version, 1/6 scale, by Vertex, 54,980 yen. So we covered her before, a few months ago. Very expensive, especially for a Vertex figure, from the Elf Village lineup. But you're obviously getting a lot more figures for this one. This one, I think's also been relisted because of the tariffs. And a lot of people probably saw that and gone, "Oh crap, that's going to be after it's coming out in August, so I'm going to be hit, with a 24% increase on 374 yen dollars. So that's what, another 80, probably about $90 USD. So you're looking at 450 to get 450. So you're probably looking at nearly $500 to get her shipped as well. That's by sea to you, and you can't combine this with any other figures if you've got anything else coming out in August. So unfortunately, I can see why a lot of people cancel this one. I would expect a lot of the other Villager lines came out on the cheap side, 20 odd thousand yen, and when they, even on pre-owned, they're cheaper than their release. So that's what I was expecting with this one, but this is obviously a much nicer. Overall paint job looks better. Vertex stepped up their game, so I can kind of understand the price increase. But unfortunately with the tariffs, I can definitely see why she's come back up for pre-order, because she was sold out instantly. And like when I covered the video I covered her in a number of months ago, the pre-orders were closed, especially for the antenna version, which obviously has the better base and some extra pieces as well you get with the this one compared to the standard option, which I think they didn't even do the standard option if I remember correctly. But yeah, she looks very nice. It's something I definitely would like to get her, especially to expand my Elf Village lineup, because I do want to get all of them, but I don't think I would pre-order this yet. I would be just keeping an eye on it and adding it to my bookmarks. Pop-Up Parade, TV Anime 2.5D's Dimension, Morelia, Angel Airborne Core version for 4,950 yen. Pop-Up Parade looks fine, 2.5D's Dimension. If you've missed scale figures, then you can at least get the Pop-Up Parades. And then you've also got Lilial as well. Same price, October 2025. They look fine. They're going to be box standard paint job. So if you're someone who is on the budget, then I would get these. But obviously, maybe look at especially from the US, look at your local distributors, websites and stuff like Big Box Toy Store and Tokyo Takamode. They might have a price of increase, obviously because of tariffs, but because of how cheap they are, it won't hit you so much with a 24% increase. So this will only go up to $40 odd compared to, you know, $100 odd figure going to $250 sort of thing, you know, over 200. So yeah, Pop Up Parade, as I said, I think these more budget figures are going to be less hit by tariffs. So I think they're going to be a lot more popular while this tariff war is going on. And it could be some time before we see any sort of resolution to this tariff back and forth going on, obviously between Europe and Canada and the UK, US and UK and whatnot. So yeah. Party look. I've got a white bunny Onisan illustrated by Sakayama. Quarter scale, 36,130 yen. February 2026. Pilot occasion sometimes do these quarter scales. I do like this overall. It looks like they've copied their homework from Binding, as a lot of the Binding originals creators lineup, which are in their white bunny suits, are, you know, very similar. Their white bunny suits with gold trim. So it looks like they've kind of copied that, thinking that they would sell very well, which they probably will do. She probably will get. She's not got a lot of interest, only 61 impressions, but overall I like it a lot. She is cast off, which is obviously a bonus, so I would be very tempted to get her anyways. I like the hair sculpt, hair shading looks really good. So overall is up my alley in terms of quarter scale. For 36,000 yen, you can get Binding figures for that price, and they're fully cast off, you know, nether region as well generally, and they're going to be better quality overall. From my experience, Binding figures are just generally better overall, but I've not owned any Party Look figures, so I can't say for sure if Party Look are better or on par with Binding. But I just know Binding is better than Freeing in terms of the quality from the final product, at least from my experience. This one I think is going to be very interesting. Jove June illustration of Subomiyoka Hapa-chan by Union Creative, 25,300 yen, May 2026. So this one, obviously the panty flash is very nice, the skirt being lifted on the back, her facial expression, you know, schoolgirl outfit, very sexy looking figure, you know, very plump arse area. She's obviously grabbing her leg. Very nice, very sexy looking, but definitely looks something like you would see out of a certain type of category of series, not an anime, if you get my drift. This would be something you would see out of one of those specialty. Simon, no, I'm busy. Sorry about that. Yeah. Overall, really good. I'm very tempted to get this one, pre-order this, May 2026. I don't think I've got anything in May next year, anyways. Exodus Gridman, Akane Shinjo, 1/7 by Alphamax, 16,950 yen, January 2026. Bikini outfit, the shading on the jacket is very nice. I think overall, colouring looks very good. Very nice looking figure. Probably worth getting a hold of if you really like Exodus Gridman. And then we've also got Rika as well, and this one's 250 impressions, so that a lot of people probably are going to be getting Rika, really. So yeah, very nice looking figure. We got Fukashin Ryoki Ruka 1/7 by Bibi Buttons, 19,700 yen, February 2026. Sculpt work is very nice. I like the tight designs, hair sculpt work and shadings very nicely done. As well, and like the star patterns, very nice looking figure I think overall. Yeah, I like the overall design for 20,000 yen, pretty good. Naruto Girls Hinata, so it's Hinata in a swimsuit. It's Simon, what are you doing? Okay. Yeah, Hinata, but you know, embarrassed. Looks fine, 15,000 yen, Mega House. Yeah, okay. I think the face isn't very good. But I've not. Yeah, I haven't watched the any of the newer Naruto stuff, unfortunately. So yeah, she looks fine. Not something I'd probably be interested in. Gal series Sakamoto Days by Mega House, 27,500 yen. She's got a giant saw blade, or I would say Beyblade. If you like, I like Beyblade's really cool. So definitely watch Beyblade. But yeah, she looks fine overall. I think it's very just dark and demure. That's like she's got a giant chainsaw, you know, on that she's gonna kill. Yeah, it looks like she's gonna end you and then take you to your funeral as well. Alpha Omega Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. Hero Healy, you and Relina Peacecraft. Set 30th anniversary. Repaint, resale. So this must be a re-release. 36,200 yen. 2 figures. Paint job looks really good. Sculpt looks really good as well. Yeah, they look really good overall. I think October 2025. Yeah, they look perfectly fine. I think definitely worth getting a hold of if you have seen the older Mobile Suit Gundam series. I think I've seen this series, and I think it's really the only Gundam that I've watched. But that was like 15 years ago, so it's been a long time since I've watched any other Gundam. And then we've got Monomuse Quest, Paradox RPG, Elma by Alice Glint, 27,520 yen. So a succubus style figure, looks like. Obviously, yep, but bog standard succubus outfit with the wings, with some sort of flower tail instead. Very sexy looking figure overall, and cast off in the chest area. So yeah, it looks fine. I think overall it's not too bad. Definitely gives me Vermeil in Gold series vibes. With Vermeil as well, obviously being a succubus and summoned from a book, kind of like this. So yeah, looks good overall. I think not too bad. Now we're into the adult figure section. There's a few figures. The Battle Shrine Maidens of Humiliating Servility. Todo and Sakuya Todo and Lori Todo by Hot Venus, 57,200 yen. This I love. You know, my Shrine Maidens are, you don't get a lot of these really that often, so when you do, it's something that is very rare in the figure collecting space. So definitely worth, I think, getting a hold of, especially with these being fully cast offable as well. Very sexy battle maids. Yep, see, fully cast off. I love this a lot. Instant like wanting to pre-order this one. So you can get them separately. I'll get them as a pair anyways, personally, and buy them like this, but you can get them separately for 28,600 yen each. So yeah, if you want to just get one over the other, then that's fine, but I would spend the extra and get them as a duo single shipment. And I think you also get some tapestry and stuff with this option, whereas you don't get that. You get just a postcard with them individually, so you get one or two extra items as a duo to make it a bit more worthwhile, but the price is exactly the same if you buy them both separately or get them as a duo. So I'll just get them as a duo personally. Very good looking figures. Paint job, sculpt work looks really nice. Yeah, very nice looking figures, and definitely can't wait to have these in my collection at some point. And then we've got Temin RPG X Raijin Yukizaki Quarter Scale by Binding, 39,600 yen. Pretty nice, you know, tanned hair, paint job looks really nice. She looks good overall, not as good as Ingrid, who I've got here, but overall I think not too bad. So I am slowly going to be filling up my Temin RPG collection at some point and working out on getting them. So there's quite a few of them out already by Binding. So yeah, she looks really good. Obviously not a big chested girl, but that's fine I think overall. I like the outfit, and I like the hair. As I said, the hair shading is really good. Sculptor works really good, and she's a tanned, dark skinned character, so she's going to sell very well anyways. Only 24 impressions, unfortunately. The Shrine Maiden 62. I would have thought more, but with them being in the adult section, I can definitely understand why they don't have as many impressions as the regular figures that anyone can see on the website. So yeah, very good lineup, I think, and that does it for this week of Ami figure pre-orders. Definitely comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, bye.